I'm gonna talk about the 5 things that scared me the most after making the decision to move to Costa Rica with my husband and 2 kids. Hey, my name is Muriel and I'm here to share everything I have learned here on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this might be a good time to do so by hitting that little icon in the corner and tapping the bell icon. If you are also thinking about moving to Costa Rica, which I did in 2018, and this channel is the result of people asking me questions, so I'm determined to share everything I have learned, all my mistakes and all my foundings. It's here on the channel. So thank you for being here, and I'm happy to connect with you. You can always leave your reply below and ask questions or share what you want to add. And thank you for giving me your thumbs up. And this is thanks to you. My channel is growing, so we're making this channel together. I am not the expert. I'm just, sharing what I have learned. So let me just dive into the 5 things that scared me really so much after making that final decision, right? Because there comes a time when you think about moving to Costa Rica, let's do it, yes or no. And the moment of deciding to do it, is the starting point of selling things and selecting stuff to bring and organizing things. And okay, so the biggest thing that I was worried about is that business-wise, it would be a disaster. Let me just dive right in that, because I have a laptop business together with Dirk. We started it in 2013 and we were a big disaster the first 1.5 to 2 years. But since 2015 and 2016, I quit my job in 2015. My online business replaced everything, and Dirk sold his final restaurant in 2016. And since that time, we're just full-time online, and this is what we do. We work from our laptops, right? We do affiliate marketing, and I'm coaching people online, and we do several things. Now, I was just fearing that by closing my laptop in the Netherlands and open it here, somehow it would not work. It's actually a really weird thought, because it's global, right? The internet is working, and I didn't have to, I don't have a boss. I'm my own boss. We have our independent online global business, and that doesn't matter where you are, but it was just a fear like, oh, now we're somewhere else. Probably it doesn't work anymore. Well, the opposite is true. It works even better, because when people see that thanks to my laptop business, I was able to move to Costa Rica, which is the truth. It's the freedom of choice of location. Like, we can work from anywhere, and that's the best decision ever. That's the biggest freedom part. But of course, seeing income coming in even when we're offline, having automation set up, and that's not what I'm talking about. But you can learn more about this in the first link below my video if you're curious to learn how my business is set up. That's not what I'm talking about. But I was literally afraid. I was having doom scenarios. What if the money stops coming in? So I learned that thinking in what ifs is really killing your dream. Sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith and just trust in yourself. And that's what we've done. And since we live here and we run our business the same way we did, we have more positive responses because people really see that we are living the dream, that it's really possible. This is who we are, what we've done. So that was the biggest fear. Check. Okay. My second biggest fear, what scared me the most after making that decision, is that I didn't speak any Spanish. Yes and no, right? That was the only. So I thought, oh my goodness, I cannot even communicate with people. Who am I thinking I am to move to Costa Rica without speaking the language? And then I realized that I've traveled a lot with Dirk before we started a family. And then even in countries where they have never seen a foreigner, like in Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan and in some parts of China, that people are people, and communication is more than speaking the language. Communication is also a smile and making gestures about what you mean, right? If I needed to find the restroom, then I could just, point that out in a way. It's universal language, and people overall understand each other more than you think. It's not just words, and that helped me a lot in the first weeks, first months here, seeing that you can get really far just by being yourself and doing your best with the Spanish words that you can look up on Google Translate, and then just get there. So I think it's not an objection at all to not move to Costa Rica without learning the language first. I hope that helps. What scared me the most at the number 3 is that I would be lonely. That scared the heck out of me, knowing that I left my best friends. I've always had like a little handful of best friends, and of course you can WhatsApp, video call, and Skype and Zoom whatsoever. Of course not the same. I was just scared to be alone and feel super lonely here, not having someone to drink a cup of coffee with, really that physical contact, or to dance, to go to a dance party whatsoever. Well, the truth is, if you just take the leap and you just be yourself and you have positive vibes, people will approach you. You will be able to make friends faster than you think. If you step out of your isolation, don't be in isolation, right? Of course now it's a weird time because we are in restriction time, but like there's always a place where others are, with or without mask. So just grab that opportunity to be at a place where people are trespassing. Go drink a coffee in the local lunchroom in town or whatsoever. Join a club, do yoga. I started to do Muay Thai. We got to know a very nice community of people there, and from there I met other people. I've never felt lonely here. Never, ever, ever. So you don't have to fear that. So yeah, I hope that helps. Reason number 4 that scared the heck out of me, the thing number 4, is that I was so afraid that my kids would be unhappy. Yeah, I make the decision as an adult to drag them out of their comfort zone, their home, their country, the Netherlands, to a strange country where they didn't speak the language either. And that's what we've done. It was a long decision, but knowing that time is short, they can make their own decisions when they're 18 plus, and we decided we're gonna do this together. You can have your voice, like what you prefer or what is important to you. So my daughter wanted something with horses and the ocean, and we didn't start to live completely off grid because we wanted them to have access to social contacts, which we have done. And now 2.5, 3 years later, my kids are so happy here. My son cannot imagine living a life without Costa Rica, having to wear shoes or not climbing trees, or we have monkeys in the trees, and he is really a happy kid. And my daughter, speaking fluent Spanish, she's made so many new friends, and she's living her life as a happy teenager, and I'm very proud of them because they've done a big part, of course, themselves. But I'm just saying, if you're afraid that your kid's gonna be unhappy, have some trust that kids are super flexible. I'm not saying they won't have a hard time, because everyone is processing things in a period, when you're changing your life and your location. But have some trust and faith that they are able to stand on their own legs and that they are more flexible than you think. And that's what I have learned. Now, my 5th thing that I was super scared about after making that decision to move to Costa Rica is that I would have to have settled all kinds of agreements, like that I would need it, like a house for at least a year and a contract, and that people would screw me if I wouldn't, and that we would be on the street without having a house long-term arranged before to get there. I thought, that I had to arrange everything. But what I did learn is that just simply by letting go and having arranged the small things, like for example, have arranged the first couple of weeks, and it's easy to book an Airbnb. You don't have to have a rental contract organized from where you live before you move to Costa Rica. I actually don't recommend doing it because a lot of people get screwed that way. You cannot see the house how it really is. I would just suggest go in low season. This is what we have done, and just figure it out when you're there. When you're there, it's easy to ask around and arrange things. Like, yeah, I did arrange some things, like have a place for the kids in a school, in an international school, and have a place to sleep for the first couple of weeks. And the rest, I really let go. I let go of wanting to arrange everything, wanting to have everything set. Just by letting go, a lot of opportunities came to us. So that's my biggest advice. And letting go, it helps to let go. If you just literally seek the silence and be mindful every day, a couple of minutes per day in the morning and before you go to bed. Just start with it, 5 minutes, and just be silent and just let life be, let everything be, forget who you are and stop thinking, and it will be easier for you to be open for opportunities that's always there, but it will help you to see them. You will, in general, trust the good of people. I'm not saying there's also bad people and bad circumstances, but there will be always good opportunities passing your way if you're open to see them, and you can only see them by letting go of wanting to arrange everything, because you limit yourself from other things by wanting to arrange everything. So yeah, that was basically what I wanted to share with you today, with my intention to help you to take the decision to move to Costa Rica, because I believe it's going to be a blast. If you're going to come, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be all fine. Just do it. I hope that helps. Leave your reply below. And again, if you want to know what it is that I do, click the very first link below or hit me up on Messenger. In the description below, just find the description around my video. There's a world of information about my coaching programs, about some awesome books to read, and more information. Just go there, and with that being said, see you in my next video. Bye from Costa Rica.